here. Hope you're having a great day and welcome to another one of my videos. Now in today's lesson I'm going to show you a bunch of cool sounding legato licks, similar to the kind of ideas you heard me playing in the intro jam just now. Now these licks are not only a great exercise for your fret hand, they help you build your speed, your accuracy, finger independence and get your hammer-ons and pull-offs really happening, but they're also some pretty useful ideas which you can easily slot into your solos. So I think you'll find the stuff in this video kind of helpful. Let's have a quick look at the scale we're going to use for these licks and then we'll get straight into lick one. These licks are all using this sliding A blues scale pattern. Now this scale shape is a really cool one for getting into legato. Here's our root here on the E string at the 5th fret. We're going to start below it at the 3rd fret though. We're going to go 3 to 5. Then we're going to go 3 to 5 on the A string. Then 6 to 7 on the A string. On the D and G string, we're going to go 5 to 7 on the D, then 5, 7, 8, 9 on the G. Then on the B string, we're going to go 8 to 10, and finally 8, 10, 11, 12 on the top E. Don't underestimate the power of this scale shape because of the fingering and the way it goes along the strings. Makes it much easier to connect notes smoothly with hammer-ons, slides and pull-offs. Get some nice legato ideas happening. Okay, let's look at our first lick now. This lick is pretty much just going up the scale, but it has a nice rolling, fluid sound. We're going to begin by picking the 3rd fret on the E string and hammering onto 5. Then onto the A string, we're going to go 3, 5, 3 with a hammer-on and a pull-off. And then slide your first finger up to 5 on the A string. Now that position shift is important. You want to use your first finger to connect those two notes. Then use your second finger to hammer on 6 and 7 on the A string. Now picking wise, I'm picking the first note and then I'm picking the first note on the A string. See, the rest of it is all done with my fretting hand. On to the next two strings now. We're pretty much going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to hammer 5 onto 7 on the D string. Onto the G now, we're going to go 5, 7, 5. First finger position shift, hammer on to 8 and 9. Picking and everything and the fingering is exactly the same. Now we're going to repeat that idea up higher and then add a little ending on. So to start with, we're picking the 8th fret on the B string, hammering on to 10 there. Onto the top E string, I'm going to pick 8, hammer on to 10 and pull off back to 8. Then slide up to 10. Then hammer 11 and 12 onto the top E string. So you can see that's the same as the bit we repeated down lower. Now we're going to add an ending on. It sounds like this. So, we've got to there. Now we're going to pull off 11 and then 10 on the top B string. Then slide your first finger back down to 8. Hammer on 10 to 11 on the top E string. And then pick the B string at 10. Now the ending sounds a bit weird if I just play it on its own, but if I put it on the little fragment that goes before, you'll hear it makes a bit more sense. So here's the whole lick from the start. 2 is a bluesy idea using the middle part of the scale. Let's have a listen to that over the backing track. So to play this lick, we're going to start by playing the 7th fret on the G string with our 3rd finger. We're going to pick that note, then hum your little finger onto 8, pull back off to 7 and pull off to 5. Hammer back onto 7 and then pull off back to 5 again. A great little finger exercise, this one. Now we're going to go onto the D string. We're going to play 7 and 5 on the D. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this bit, and I just want to talk about it. One is to pick. So if we're playing the lick, we pick the first note with a down pick. When we go to the D string, we probably want to pick this with an up. It's just a bit more economic. Down, up, down, up, down, up. The second way to play it is to do what's called hammering on from nowhere. And this is where we don't pick the D string. We just hammer straight onto it with our 3rd finger. Now this can be really handy to build up the speed of the lick and get it sounding faster. So I'm not picking, I'm hammering straight onto it. Just get a nice sort of rolling, even, quicker sound. So that's the basic lick, and we're going to do that 3 times like this. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the first part again. Instead of carrying on though, we're just going to grab this 7th fret on the G and bend it up. So the whole lick is like this. Okay, time for lick 3. Now this one is starting at the top of the scale and working its way down to the low E string. A bit like the first lick, this one uses a repeating phrase which we just worked down the scale shape. So we're starting up at 12 here. We're going to pull off 12, 11, 10 on the top E string using your 3rd, 2nd, 1st fingers. Then slide down to 8. Hammer onto 10 with your 3rd finger and pull off back to 8 again. Now go onto the B string and play 10 and pull off to 8. Now you could pick that. Again, you could go down, up, or you can hammer it on from nowhere. That's how I probably play it most of the time. See, I'm just hammering onto that string. Okay, let's carry on down the lick then. So now we're going to move our 3rd finger onto the G string at 9. We're going to do the similar sort of thing. We're going to pull off 9, 8, 7 on the G. Then slide down to 5 on the G. Hammer back onto 7 and pull back off to 5. Then go onto the D string. 7 to 5, pulling off, either pick it or hammer on from nowhere. And then finally we're going to do that on the bottom 2 strings. We're going to go 7, 6, 5 on the A. Slide down to 3, hammer onto 5 and pull off back to 3 again. Then 5 to 3 on the E string. So here's what we get if we put those 3 parts of the lick together. we're going to finish it off with a bluesy little slide. We're going to put our third finger on the A string at 5. We're going to slide it up to 6, come back to 5 and pull off, and then finish by playing the 5th fret on the A string. So here's the whole lick slow. Now these licks are quite long, so unless you've done a lot of this kind of stuff before, you're probably going to need to break them up into smaller fragments, work on them individually, and then join them together. Now concentrate on getting your fingers hammering on and pulling off and sliding in time. You don't want them rushing or slowing down. And always pay attention to muting. Check your right hand muting is good, and that your left hand fingers are also doing their job when it comes to muting. And if you're not sure how to mute, or you want some tips to really help you nail it, then check out my muting videos on my YouTube channel. If you like my way of teaching, then visit my website for more great lessons, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss anything that's really going to help you power up your guitar playing. But till next time, good luck with these legato licks, hope they help you out, and I'll see you in another video very soon. So have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.